Welcome students. So today we are moving to our new portion, that is monohybrid inheritance. Monohybrid inheritance. Okay. So in our last class we discussed about all the characters which were taken by Mendel for his biological experiment, and some features regarding the pea plant, then some terminologies which we are using in the coming classes. Okay, so first one is monohybrid inheritance. What is called inheritance? What is inheritance? Okay, so inheritance is the transmission of traits or characters from one generation to next generation. So inheritance means transmission. Inheritance means transmission of characters. Transmission of characters from one generation to next generation. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is the transmission of characters from one generation to next generation. It's called inheritance. Then what is the word hybrid? It means the word hybrid. What is it means? So hybrid means a new form of plant resulting from a cross of different varieties of a plant. Okay, so after crossing between two plants, a new progeny will be produced. That is called hybrid. So a new form of plant or a new progeny of plant. A new progeny. Okay, a new progeny of plant that we obtained after crossing between different varieties of plants, that are called hybrid. Then monohybrid means single. Okay, actually what is this monohybrid inheritance? It means we are taking a single character at a time. Okay, we are considering a single character at a time while we are crossing. That is monohybrid inheritance or monohybrid cross. In monohybrid cross, we will study the inheritance of one pair of contrasting character. So in monohybrid inheritance or monohybrid cross, only one pair of contrasting characters. One pair of contrasting trait or character are used. Okay, so Mendel used only one pair of contrasting character for crossing. That's why it is called monohybrid inheritance. That is why it is called monohybrid inheritance. So we will study one pair of contrasting character for crossing in monohybrid cross. So you understand the term what is inheritance? Inheritance means the transmission of characters from one generation to next generation. That is called inheritance. Then hybrid. Hybrid means a new progeny that is produced as a result of crossing between different varieties of plant. Okay. Then in monohybrid cross, we will study the inheritance of one pair of contrasting character. One pair of contrasting character. Okay, so these are the definitions or meaning of the word monohybrid inheritance. So Mendel, he selected only a pair of contrasting character, that is the character is height and the contrasting trait is tallness and dwarfness. Tallness and dwarfness are the two contrasting traits of the character height. Okay, so in monohybrid cross, what Mendel done is Mendel take one pair of contrasting character. So this is the pair of contrasting character, that is tallness and dwarfness of the pea by their first generation and second generation progeny. So while taking tallness and dwarfness, Mendel used to generate F1 generation progeny and F2 generation progeny. Okay, so Mendel considered only single character, that is height. Then what Mendel done is he crossed pure breed tall plants and pure breed dwarf plants. Okay, so in monohybrid cross, what Mendel do is Mendel done pure breed tall. Okay, Mendel crossed pure breed tall and pure breed dwarf. Mendel crossed pure breed tall and pure breed dwarf. Okay, so in first generation, while we are crossing, so suppose we can consider this tall as father and this dwarf as mother. Okay, vice versa. That's up to your wish. So we are considering pure breed tall as father and pure breed dwarf as mother. Okay, so these tall plants may produce gametes and these pure breed dwarf may produce gametes. Okay, so these two gametes may fuse. These two gametes may fuse. Okay, fusion of gametes results in the formation of progeny. That progeny we can call it as hybrid. Okay, that progeny we will call as hybrid, and this is F1 generation. So what Mendel done is Mendel crossed pure breed tall and pure breed dwarf. Okay, then from these two plants the gametes will produce. These gametes undergo fusion to produce a hybrid. That is called F1 generation. That is called F1 generation. Okay, so while he crossing tall and dwarf plant in the F1, he obtained all the plant is tall. So the hybrid is all tall. So what he done is he crossed pure breed tall versus pure breed dwarf. Okay, so the pure breed tall may produce gametes and pure breed dwarf may produce gametes, and these two gametes may fuse, and as a result of this fusion, progenies or new hybrids are produced. All hybrids which produce as a result of this fusion is tall. Okay, so all plant in the F1 generation he obtained is tall. So in the F1 generation, all plants he obtained is tall. In F1 generation, all plant he obtained is tall. So what he done is he crossed the F1 tall with another F1 tall. That is, he crossed two hybrids. This crossing is called self-pollination. Actually, he made self-pollination among the hybrids. So this is selfing. Selfing, or also called as self-pollination. So what he done is he self-pollinated the hybrids which obtained in the F1 generation. Same, this plant may produce gametes. This plant also produce gametes, and these two gametes fuse to form another hybrid molecule. So another hybrid plant, that is F2 generation. So these tall plants may produce gametes, and these tall plants also produce gametes, and these two gametes fuse to form another hybrid. But now he get tall as well as dwarf plant. Okay, tall as well as dwarf plant. So in F2 generation, Mendel he obtained both tallness as well as dwarfness in the progenies which were obtained. Okay, so tall as well as dwarf he obtained. So the conclusion is, while he done F1, that is F1 cross, all plants are tall. All plants are tall. But in F2, he gets both tall plant as well as dwarf plant. Okay, tall pea plant as well as tall and both tall and dwarf pea plant. Okay, so this was his conclusion. So what he done is, first he take pure breed tall plant pea plant and next pure breed dwarf pea plant. He crossed pure breed tall and with pure breed dwarf. He obtained a hybrid. All the hybrids are tall in character. Then he sells the F1 generation. He obtained F2 generation with both tall as well as dwarf plant. Okay, so this was his experiment. So, but the F2 he obtained, in F2 he obtained both tall as well as dwarf plant, but the ratio of tall and dwarf plant is not same. The ratio of tall and dwarf plant is not same. Okay, so the ratio is 3/4 tall plant whereas 1/4 dwarf plant. So, out of the total plants obtained, the 3/4 of the plants obtained was tall and 1/4 he obtained was dwarf. Okay, so the ratio is 3:1. That is 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Okay, so this ratio 3:1 is called monohybrid ratio. Monohybrid ratio. In F1, all plants are tall in nature. In F2, he obtained both tall as well as dwarf plant, but the ratio is not same. The ratio is, out of all plants, the 3/4 is tall and 1/4 is dwarf. Okay, suppose you obtained 4 plants, the 3 plants was tall and 4 among that 4, 1 is dwarf. That is, ratio is 3:1. This ratio we will call as monohybrid ratio. This ratio we will call it as monohybrid ratio. Okay, this is monohybrid ratio. So, from this, what he came to conclude or what he came to infer that the dwarf plant, okay, in F1 there is no dwarf plant. The F1, all the F1 plants are tall. Okay, so the dwarf character of the parent pea plant which disappeared in the first generation progeny. Okay, so dwarf, the character dwarf is disappeared. Disappeared in F1. Okay, so the character dwarf is disappeared in F1 generation, but what happened? It is reappeared in F2. Okay, so the character dwarf, okay, the parent P character dwarf is disappeared in F1 generation, but in F2 generation it is reappeared. In F2 generation it is reappeared. Okay, so the trait dwarfness had not been lost in the first generation. So we cannot say that the dwarfness is lost in the F1 generation. Okay, we cannot say that the dwarf, the character dwarf is not lost in F1. Actually, in F1 all the character is tall, all the plant is tall in character. So obviously what we will think, we will think that okay, the dwarfness is lost in the F1 generation, but that's not true. The dwarf is not lost in the F1 generation. What it happens? Okay, so then what happened to dwarf in F1 generation? In F1 generation, the dwarf character of the parent pea plant is concealed or suppressed. So in F1 generation, the parent character, that is dwarfness, is concealed or suppressed. So what the point is? Dwarfness, the character dwarfness is disappeared in F1 generation and reappeared in F2 generation. Okay, so obviously we will think that the dwarf character may be lost from the plants in the F1 generation, but that's not true. Okay, so what happening is the dwarf character, which is not lost in the F1 generation. It is there. Okay, actually it is there in the F1 generation, but it is not expressed. Why? Because the dwarf character is concealed or suppressed in the F1 generation due to the activity of some other dominant character. Okay, due to the activity of some other dominant character. So the trait darkness had not been lost in the first generation. It was concealed or suppressed to re-emerge in the second generation. So in F1 generation, the darkness is concealed or suppressed, but in case of F2, it is re-emerged. Okay, so it is re-emerged. So this is about the darkness. So what Mendel done is, Mendel called the suppressed character. Mendel called the suppressed or repressed character as recessive trait. So what Mendel called? Mendel called the repressed. Mendel called the repressed trait. What is the repressed trait? The repressed trait is dwarf. Dwarfness is the repressed trait. So Mendel called repressed trait, that is dwarf, as recessive trait. So Mendel called the repressed trait, that is dwarfness is our repressed trait. So that trait Mendel called as recessive trait. And Mendel called the expressed trait. So which trait expressed in F1? In F1, the repressed trait, that is dwarfness, Mendel called as recessive trait. Then in F1, the expressed trait is tallness. Okay, in F1, the expressed trait is tallness. Mendel called that trait as dominant trait. This is how we get each character has a dominant trait and another is recessive trait. Okay, so Mendel called the repressed trait in the F1, that is dwarfness, as recessive trait, and the expressed trait in the F1, that is tallness, as dominant trait. Okay, understand? So, like this, for all characters, suppose, example, seed shape. Okay, seed shape. So, round and wrinkled are the two seed shapes of pea plant. Okay, seed shape of pea plant, that is round and wrinkled are there. So, while he done F1 generation, okay, while he crossed pure breed round pea plant with pure breed wrinkled pea plant, he obtained F1. The F1 was round. Okay, so in F1, the repressed character is wrinkled. So he named wrinkle as recessive character and the expressed character is round. So he named round as dominant character. Like that, in the 7 character, we previously tabulate that 7 characters and their respective dominant and recessive trait. That dominant trait and recessive trait, which was he obtained like this after performing this experiment. Okay, so while we are performing monohybrid inheritance by using pure breed lines, okay, by using pure breed lines, the character which express in the F1, the character which express in the F1 generation will be dominant, and the which character which is not expressed in the F1 generation will be recessive character or recessive trait. Then now we can come to the explanation part. Okay, explanation of monohybrid inheritance. First, in the beginning we just say Mendel cross pure breed tall, Mendel cross pure breed dwarf. Okay, now we are moving to using the genotypes and phenotypes, and we are explaining with the help of genetic cross. So first one is parents. Parents. Okay, so parents are pure breed tall, pure breed tall and pure breed dwarf. Pure breed tall, pure breed dwarf. Okay, that is parent. Then capital T, tallness, the factors or genes which is responsible for tallness is capital T, capital T. So this is pure breed, so we want to write both as same, capital T, capital T. Here it is pure breed dwarf. Pure breed dwarf means the gene which is responsible for dwarf is small t. Okay, here it is pure breed, so we want to write small t, small t. So the genes or factors which are responsible for tallness is capital T. So here it is pure breed tall, so it is capital T, capital T. Then this is pure breed dwarf, so it is small t, small t. In other words, we can say this is homozygous tall and this is homozygous dwarf. This is homozygous tall. Homozygous tall and this is homozygous dwarf. So this is genes or alleles. So this is parents, this is genes or alleles. So parents are pure breed tall, or we can say homozygous tall, then pure breed dwarf, or we can say homozygous dwarf. Okay, then we know from parents what we obtained. From parents we will get gametes. From parents they produce gametes. Parents produce gametes. Here also produce gametes. Parents produce gametes. Okay, this is called gametes. Okay, so pure breed parents, pure breed tall or homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf, they cross, so they produce gametes. Okay, I am just rubbing it, but you want to continue from there. Okay, due to the space lacking, I am just rubbing. Okay, so this is okay, I am just rubbing this. So that is parents. Cis parents, that is homozygous tall cross with homozygous dwarf. From parents we will obtain gametes. Okay, parents, actually this is alleles. We obtained gametes. From parents we will obtain gametes. So these gametes may undergo fusion. So this gamete may fuse with this gamete to produce capital T, small t. Then again this gamete may fuse with this gamete, produce capital T, small t. Then this gamete may fuse with this gamete, capital T, small t. Again this gamete may fuse with this gamete, capital T, small t. So this is fusion of gametes. Fusion of gametes. So we obtained these much hybrids or progeny. This is called F1 generation. This is F1 generation, and these are F1 genotypes. F1 genotypes. Okay. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Then F1 phenotype. This is tall, capital T, small t is tall, capital T, small t is tall, capital T, small t is tall in character. Okay. So one copy, that is a single copy of the factor T. Single copy of the factor or gene T is enough for the expression of tallness. Okay. So if there is a single T is present, that plant will be tall. So suppose this may be tall. Why? Because there is 2 T. So obviously it will be a tall pea plant. And if it is only 1 T, it will be again tall pea plant. So a single copy of T is enough to make that plant tallness. But for a pea plant should be a dwarf plant only when it has a homozygous pair. Okay. So, but both copies of the factor small t is required to make a plant dwarf in character. To make a plant dwarf in character. So, single copy, note down, single copy of factor T is enough to make a plant tall. Single copy of factor T is enough to make a plant tall, but both the factor T is necessary to make a plant dwarf. So, single is enough for make tallness, but both is required for make the plant as dwarfness. Okay. Why? Because T is the dominant gene. T is the dominant gene. In our first class, before our vacation, in that class, we already discussed what is dominant gene and what is recessive gene. Okay, so capital T. T is the dominant gene. So you understand? So this is pure breed tall. This is pure breed dwarf. Capital T, capital T. These are alleles. Small t, these are alleles. Okay, so from the parents, what they produce? They produce gametes. Okay, so these gametes may fuse to form hybrids. These are called F1 hybrids. These are called F1 hybrids. Okay, these are the F1 hybrid genotype. Capital T, small t. All are capital T, small t. Then phenotype. What are the F1 hybrid phenotype? They all are tall in character. So these are the F1 generation. Okay, so these are the F1 generation. Then what he done? So like that he crossed tall and dwarf. He obtained F1 progeny as tall. So here there is no dwarfness. Okay, but the dwarf character is not lost. What it happened to dwarf? Dwarf character is concealed or suppressed. Look, here all has small t. All has small t. Okay, so these small t, it is not expressed here. Why? Due to the presence of capital T. Due to the presence of capital T, the small t is not expressed. Due to the presence of dominant gene, the recessive gene is not expressing. So the recessive gene is suppressed or concealed here. So that is why it is called recessive trait, and capital T, that is tallness, is called dominant trait. Okay. So after that, Mendel, what he done is, after this Mendel done selfing. Okay, just look your previous section. Okay, selfing. Mendel done selfing. Selfing of F1. Selfing of F1. Mendel done selfing of F1. What we obtained in F1? We obtained in F1 heterozygous tall. We obtained heterozygous tall. We obtained heterozygous tall. That is capital T, small t. It is heterozygous tall. Our parent is heterozygous tall. So we crossed our parents, heterozygous tall. Okay, we crossed our parents. That is selfing, heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall cross heterozygous tall. So what we obtained from parents? We will get gametes. From parents we will obtain gametes. So gamete is capital T, small t. Here also the gamete is capital T and small t. Okay, capital T and small t. Then fusion. Fusion will take place. This capital T may cross with this capital T and this capital T may cross with this small t. So we obtain capital T, then this cross with this capital T, small t. Then this small t may cross with this capital T. So we obtain capital T, small t. Then this small t may cross with this small t. So small t, small t. So these are the F2 generation genotypes. F2 generation genotype. Then what is phenotype? F2 generation phenotype. So capital T, it is obviously tall. Capital T, small t and capital T, small t. This is also obviously tall. Small t, it will be dwarf. So Mendel conclusion here, it is schemed. Okay, what is the concealed or suppressed character? The concealed or suppressed character is reappeared in the F2 generation. Okay, so the suppressed or concealed character, that is small t, that is darkness, is reappeared in the F2 generation. But look the ratio whether it is same? No, the ratio is different. Here we obtained 3 tall. Here we obtained 3 tall. How many dwarf? 1 dwarf. So the monohybrid ratio is 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Okay, so this is F2 phenotypic ratio. This is F2 phenotypic ratio. What is meant by phenotype? Phenotype is the observable or the character which you can see in your naked eye. That is observable character, physical appearance. Okay, physical characteristics of the plant, that is called phenotype. So F2 phenotypic ratio. F2 phenotypic ratio is 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Look, we obtain 3 tall. So 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. That is 3 is to 1. 3 is to 1. That is the phenotypic ratio. That is the phenotypic ratio. Then what we obtain? 1 homozygous tall. Okay, let's look the genotype. 1 homozygous tall is to 2 heterozygous tall is to 1 homozygous dwarf. Look, we get different genotypes like 1 homozygous tall, then 2 heterozygous tall and 1 homozygous dwarf. So the ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. That is F2 genotypic ratio. F2 genotypic ratio. F2 genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay, you understand what is F2 phenotypic ratio? F2 phenotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay, so if The question is saying what is monohybrid ratio? Monohybrid ratio. Monohybrid ratio, it is 3:1. Monohybrid ratio is 3:1. If they are specifically asking what is F2, what is monohybrid? Monohybrid. They are asking monohybrid F2 phenotypic ratio. Monohybrid F2 phenotypic ratio. They are specifically asking what is monohybrid F2 phenotypic ratio. It is 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Like this you want to write. 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. And what is monohybrid F2 genotypic ratio? Monohybrid F2 genotypic ratio. Okay, monohybrid F2 genotypic ratio. So the ratio is 1 homozygous tall is to 1 homozygous tall is to 2 heterozygous tall is to 1 homozygous dwarf. Okay, so like this you want to write. So the phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. This is the monohybrid inheritance. This is the monohybrid inheritance. So in monohybrid inheritance we crossed only one character, that is height, and it has two contrasting characters, that is tall and dwarf. Mendel, who made the cross using pure breed plants, pure breed tall crossed with pure breed dwarf. Okay, so in the F1 generation he obtained all pea plants that having the same character, that is tallness. But what he conclude that the dwarfness which is lost, we may think that it is lost, but it is not lost, it is concealed or suppressed in the F1 generation. Then what he done is he selfed the F1 generation, and in the F2 that lost dwarf, okay, that suppressed or concealed dwarf character is emerged, okay, re-emerged or reappeared. But the ratio of tallness and dwarfness which obtained in the F2 generation is not same. Okay, that F2 generation is in the ratio 3:1. That is 3 tallness is to 1 dwarfness. Okay. So the F2 phenotypic ratio is 3 tall is to 1. The F2 genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Okay. Now I will write down the recap questions here. You want to answer the questions and you want to send me. Okay. This is the recap question. You just write this recap question and send it to me. Okay. So these are about today's class. So prepare notes. If you have any doubt, please contact me.